Now, developing a common language, I like to think of this as more like a Rosetta Stone than it is necessarily a dictionary. What I mean by that is a common language in any organization is a way to go from where we are today to creating, archetypes or bridges or whatever it may be to the language we may be needing to speak or we want to speak tomorrow. And so whether you speak Hebrew or Aramaic or something else, eventually you have a Rosetta Stone that can help you build bridges between the language you speak today and what your culture is today and the culture and language you want to speak tomorrow. But beyond that, the other thing that happens when you start developing this common language and bringing it to an organization, a big organization especially, is you're going to find a few people who stand up in that organization. They say, holy shit, I would love to speak more of that language. I would love to use the tools that what you just talked about in your half-hour presentation. I would love to use some of those tools in my meetings, in my group. Where can I get more? I think of these people as ambassadors. And so what you'll find is the first thing is if you can spread a language through webinars or in-person meetings, and it's really just the language writ large, what you'll find is typically 10 to 20% of the people who sort of show up to webinars, or the town halls or whatever you may do and whatever you may be, broadcasting at your organization, 10 to 20 people will actually stay after. They'll hold their hands up and say, hey, I need to do more of this. I need to bring this to my group. I call those ambassadors. Now, ambassadors need something special. They need advanced training. They need the advanced language. They need not just the Rosetta Stone, but they actually need their own dictionary that they can actually read through and maybe their own tools to bring into their own groups, their meetings, and to be bridge builders with these tools for the rest of the organization. But the other thing you'll find is when you go from the everyone to the ambassadors is that a few of those ambassadors also will matriculate the 10 to 20%. And I think of those people as ringleaders. They will become the people inside of the organization, even if they're not managers in the organization. They may be individual contributors, but they're people who stand up and say, I need more than this. I want to do what you do. I want to do what the experts do in my organization. I want to be known as an expert in my organization for this specific language. And they'll stand up and raise their hands. And what you want to do with them is you want to empower them to actually train everyone else or to go into other groups and to actually be sort of their own part-time job to continue to spread this message and to empower.